Hi everyone! So by now I'm assuming that you know how much of a fangirl I actually am. If not, then you'll probably figure out eventually. So I'm sure you're wondering why this video is titled How to Be a Fan, like there's a specific way to like something. Well, you're right, there isn't. A fan is just someone who's fanatical about a thing. But it's a bit more complicated than that. I'm not sure if it's just me, but when I'm a fan of something, it becomes part of who I am. A lot of these things are responsible for shaping me into the person I am today, and I feel like I owe a lot to these bands and TV shows that have really helped me get through some tough times in my life. Now, I know that the actual definition of a fan is to love something unconditionally, but there definitely is a line to be crossed. And that's what I want to talk about today. Just because you're a fan of something doesn't mean you're forbidden to criticize it. When Justin Bieber was on the news everywhere because of his DUI in Miami, because God forbid something normal happened here in Florida, tons of his fans waited outside till his release and took to Twitter to show their support by saying that he was the true victim and that they will always stand beside him. Loyalty is one thing, but acting blind to something that's morally wrong is not okay. And when I said this, everyone was like, well, if Benedict Cumberbatch did this, you'd be saying the same things. Like, no, I'm not that hypnotized by his cheekbones that I don't see the difference between right and wrong. And this doesn't mean that I love him or his work any less. It just means that I'm an individual person with my own opinion and moral compass. And this isn't just with celebrities. I see it happen all the time with TV shows. I love the TV shows Doctor Who, Supernatural, and Sherlock. It's actually those three shows that have inspired me to go into television. And while I totally acknowledge that these shows are nowhere near perfect, I do find it hard to completely hate them. So yes, there is sexism, queerbaiting, and cringe-worthy writing in all of them. But the worst is when you see fans of these shows just totally refuse to acknowledge the faults and insist that the thing is perfect. There is no such thing as a perfect show. Except Breaking Bad. That's a pretty perfect show. So yes, TV shows can be horrific, but that also doesn't mean you're not allowed to like them. Some of them have really good story arcs, great character development, and sometimes proper representation of minorities. You are allowed to like something that's flawed. You are not allowed to just disregard the problems and shout at everyone that the thing is perfect and that everyone else's opinion is wrong. I would have a lot more respect for the believers out there if instead of going, ugh, I can't believe the media is doing this to him. He's such an angel who doesn't deserve this. Hashtag free Justin Bieber. They said, I totally acknowledge what he did was wrong, but I still enjoy his music, so I hope he gets better. And I know not all of his fans reacted badly, so I apologize for focusing on the negativity in your fandom, believers. Don't hate me. What I'm trying to say here is that it's perfectly okay to love something as long as you keep your own principles in mind and stand for them. Because I do introduce myself as a fangirl, but I'd like to think that there's more to me, like my own principles that I believe and stand for. So I'll continue watching my favorite shows and listening to my favorite bands, but I'll also continue to speak out against them, which is perfectly okay. So what kind of things are you guys fans of, and have you encountered any problems while loving your thing? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that wonderful subscribe button to be told when I upload a new video. Stay tuned. How to be a... Really? Oh, we're all so impressed by your engine, huh?